right, we'll close out tonight's press conference with head coach Seb Hines. Seb, just your initial analysis of tonight's game, please.
Really good performance from start to finish. It was a very unique situation playing a team that we only just played last week. Trying to figure out if Seattle would change anything, whether it's system or personnel. But I thought we managed it really well in all phases of play. Credit to the players because they've worked so hard to get to this point. They've faced so many challenges along this journey to get to the postseason. A big objective of ours was to host a playoff game, finishing in that top four spot and value in that top four spot. So everyone plays a part, from the players, the staff, the crowd was phenomenal tonight and really got behind the team. And it took everyone. It took a village to get 3 points tonight and scored some really good goals. With obviously the first one was a brilliant build-up play, and then Marty doing Marty things in the 90-something minute, and handing the ball over to Lou epitomizes Marta as an individual. Not putting herself above the team and giving the ball to Lou to have her moment. So it's a really inspiring moment for the team and everyone associated with the club.
Start with Austin.
Seb, just as you're the game is winding down, Seattle's putting on pressure, just having the crowd behind you in those moments, how massive is that? You kind of talked about just being able to have that home game, but just having this kind of crowd behind you and especially, when you're under pressure, just to have that.
No, it's big time. And again, credit to the front office of getting so many fans here and supporting the team. We know that there was a lot of things going on in Orlando tonight, and those are obviously challenges that we face. But the fans that showed up tonight really played a part in this performance, and yeah, it helps. I've been in those moments where it's backs against the wall and the opponent's just going long constantly, and you're having to head it out, clear it. And, the players really showed up in those moments. That epitomizes this team and this culture. And we've been through those moments a lot last year where we're fighting on to the final whistle to hold on to the win. So, yeah, I can't say enough credit to everyone and the players, especially that managed to see the game out.
Seb, you talked about Marta doing Marta things, but to do it in the 95th minute where she could have just kicked the ball away. She said earlier that she just hates kicking the ball to no one and she'd rather just keep the ball at her feet. But just having a player that kind of epitomizes that never give up mentality of continuing to set an example for the rest of the team. Just how important is a player like her to do the things that she does and not just say it with words, but to show it on the field?
Yeah, like you said, actions speak louder than words. And yes, she could have kicked it away and, we squeeze up and then try and defend a throw in or another ball that gets, kicked long into our box. But to carry it from the distance she did and ultimately win a penalty as well, that's who she is. That's why she's arguably the greatest player in the world. And to do that in the 95th minute where we were hanging on towards the end. She wants to show that she still got it. She's still trying to show that she is the player that she was years ago. So to have that player that can carry the ball and lead and shows those sort of actions is really impressive. And I've said this multiple times. We're just pleased that she's here representing the club.
Luis Carlos.
Hi, Seb. Congrats on the win. Anna Morehouse made crucial saves tonight. The backline was outstanding against the injured Seattle attack. Beyond the clean sheet, what specifically impressed you about the team's defensive shape and commitment tonight?
Yeah, I think Anna came up clutch in that moment. That was a pivotal moment in the game as well. And to pull off the save that she did was obviously really helpful for the team, but I think it was a real big confidence booster for her and shows why she's in the team in those pivotal moments. with this team, they'll never give up. They'll never give in. You can chip away, but we won't break. And you saw that tonight. You saw that the first goal matters, and to have the defensive resilience in not just the back line but the midfielders covering that sort of ground, the forwards pressing relentlessly. It's a real team effort, and so yeah, as cliche as it sounds, we take a lot of pride in defending and working in both areas of the field. But I also don't want to take away the goal. Like, the goal was everything that we talk about, moving the ball from one side of the field to the other, some really good interchange, really good execution of the cross, and a really good finish from Haley, who keeps scoring in playoffs or towards the end of the season. So yeah, really impressive performance tonight, and moving on to the next round.
Sean.
Kind of going off of that, we've seen a lot this year where you create a lot of early chances and you just aren't able to put the ball in. Tonight, you get that early goal. Can you talk about, from a mentality perspective, how that impacts the team throughout the rest of the game when you are able to convert early?
Yeah, I think we've shown what we're capable of doing when we do score the first goal, whether it's an early goal or a late goal. But taking the lead gives us the foundation to go on and win it. We know that a lot of people wrote us off in this game, didn't see us going through to the next round, so we're constantly having to prove people wrong, even being the current champion. So we have that underdog mentality. As always, we want to play the right way. We want to play football and work the ball well. We've obviously faced a lot of adversity, a lot of challenges. We've had a lot of trouble, but this is the business end of the season. We're in the postseason now, and it's one game at a time. It's tournament football, and so we're ready for this. We're ready to put a show on. We're ready to win this 3-game tournament, and so everyone has to pitch in, whether you're a star or even coming off the bench and making an impact, which we've obviously seen that throughout this season. Players are disappointing that they don't start, but can you make an impact when you come off the bench? And that's been really important for the success of this team. So yeah, everything's coming together nicely. We've got 2 more games now. We'll enjoy our weekend because we know we've done our job tonight, and see how the other games plan out.
Back to Austin.
Seb, kind of going off the substitutes, I got a stat here that the Pride have scored 9 goals via substitutes this season, which leads the NWSL. So not just having the impact from the substitutes in terms of their play, but having the scoring punch to go with that. Just how proud does that make you of the mentality of the players?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just been a substitute, right? It's been a game changer, and knowing your role within the game and the circumstances of the game. There's no better way to make an impact than scoring a goal. let's say that. But also, if you're taking the lead and you're in that last 15 minutes of the game, it's knowing your responsibilities defensively as well, and what are you willing to do for the team to make sure that we walk away with 3 points. And so yeah, I think all our players do that. Even Simone tonight coming on and holding up play and competing and challenging and making it difficult for Seattle's back line is an important role. Although she doesn't score, that's an important role within the team. And then having the flexibility to sometimes change shape as Seattle move more players into that attacking line. There's a lot more gaps as a back four. So bringing someone on like Oyani and Carson, they're more than comfortable playing as wing backs. So we ultimately went as a back 5 just to condense that space between the back 4. But yeah, like I said, it's knowing your role, giving the effort, and helping the team the best way you can.
Sean.
I want to ask you about Julie Doyle. Last game, obviously, sort of a late change for a kickoff, gets thrown in the lineup. Now she's out there again tonight. A player who has started at times this year, but also been off the bench at times. So I wonder, what's your opinion about her ability, her sort of flexibility to jump in like that, and how she played in these 2 games?
Okay. Julie's done extremely well, and like you said, it's always tough for a player to have different types of preparation, but you also have to be ready. So last week Ali gets injured in warm-ups, and straight away Julie comes into the team, and yeah, it's a different type of player. Julie is as honest as they come, but she gets in some really difficult positions and frees up space for others to make those runs. And the goal really epitomizes it, right? So she starts as a 9, but then she pulls out wide as a 7, because she's more than capable of playing in that position. But her attitude's been first class. She's had a rocky road to this position where she's now starting. Obviously suffered with an injury in the first half of the year, and then playing, not playing, and her mentality has been brilliant during that tough time. But now she's got her opportunity, and she's really taken it, and she's been really helpful for the team because, yeah, we've experimented in that 9 position. Obviously, Barbara's been out, Ali's been out now, and then, Simone, Julie, even Marta's played as a 9 at times. So, yeah, it's just making sure that everyone's ready, and Julie has been more than ready to play in that position.
All right, a wrap there. Thank you, everyone. Thanks.
Thank you.